I'm joined by Paul Holmgren, legendary right winger in the NHL, enforcer, great coach. Great to see you, Paul, here in Philadelphia, the Bruins and the Flyers reunion.
This is awesome. Just seeing all the guys get together. It's really looking forward to the game tonight. But you know, the best part is this morning, like seeing everybody in the locker room. You know, some guys you haven't seen for 20. I just saw Kenny Linsman for the first time in like 20 years. So
wow,
it's really cool. And like I said, looking forward to tonight. But it's a huge weekend for the Flyers.
Part of Major League Hockey folklore is the World Hockey Association. You played with the Minnesota Fighting Saints, arguably the greatest title for a team ever.
Yeah, but that was my first year pro, and the team actually ended up folding in March of 1976. But I remember I was 20 years old, and I'm in the room with, you know, former Bruin Rick Smith was there, Teddy Hampson, Davey Keon, Johnny McKenzie, and I was, like I said, 20 years old, and we took a vote whether we were going to play without pay for 1 month because the ownership needed to get their finances in order. And you know, I'm thinking to myself, what am I going to do? Anyway, everybody raised their hand, so I raised my hand. We played for a month, and the team ended up folding anyway. But it was a great experience for me. Just thinking back on those times, I mean, to play with greats like Johnny McKenzie and Teddy Hampson, Davey Keon, Rick Smith, along with, you know, some of the other, Jack Carlson was there, Billy Butters, Pat Westrom, like a lot of old Minnesota guys that I played with along the way too. So it was pretty cool.
And you suffered almost a career-ending eye injury, and there's a Bobby Orr connection. Bobby came to see you.
Yeah, in fact, I had the surgery done at Mass Eye and Ear Infirmary in March of '76 that year. I played my first game with the Flyers was on a Thursday night against the Rangers. And then we were supposed to play the Bruins on Saturday. Well, we did play the Bruins on Saturday afternoon, but Clarkey and Barry Ashby saw something wrong with they thought something was wrong with my eyes, so they took me to the hospital and they did emergency surgery. Bobby came to see me, I think pretty sure it was the next day or maybe the day after the game. I don't really totally recall, but class man, got to see Bobby over the years. Yeah, one of my biggest regrets is I never got to play against him, because after that year, he played with the Blackhawks my first full year of the Bruins, and the only time I could have played against Bobby Orr was in Chicago Stadium, and I was scratched for that game, so I didn't get to play against him. Watched him all the time growing up. Obviously, as a young kid, used to. Be in awe like everybody else watching him skate and carry the puck, and just a tremendous player and tremendous person.
And finally, you arrive here in Philadelphia as a power forward, right? Hitting, crunching, you could score some goals, and always willing.
You know, the coming to the Flyers at that time was a good experience for me because, you know, they had come off 2 Stanley Cup championships. Good group of guys that were together like a family. That Ed Snyder started from ground zero when he got the franchise here. But I was so fortunate to be thrown into that group and learn how to work, become a worker, and become a good teammate, and all those things. It was a great time in my life.
Great. Paul Holmgren, you would have been a great Bruin if we ever got you.
Thank you.
Great.